Ik kan nog een stukje bij.
Dus moet je eerst toch nog verder houden, terwijl in de zo staan bent. Ja, dan is het zwaar. Nou, ik doe hier alles voor mijn gevoel, dus dat is dat voor jou.
Okay, time for another update on that subject. The big subject, why transition. So let's start with a quick overview, which is actually nearly impossible because it would contain my entire life. But let's start with my social transition, which probably started about 5 years ago, maybe more than that. I don't know at this point. The only thing I could measure it by, which had a date stamped on it, was the time I posted a picture of myself as a woman on Facebook. That's quite a big start, I guess. And yeah, before that, a lot of time of discovering myself when I had the room to discover myself. That took me quite a long time as well in my life. And then it also took me a long time to start the medical transition. I took a long time myself to discover things on my own before I actually sought professional help, specialized help. And then there's another waiting list. And now, almost 10 months ago, I started my hormones. The medical transition, pom pom pom. So, how's that going? Well, I think last video I made on my transition, I joked about not crying at everything. Well, that did change a bit, so because I'm so much more emotional now, and it's so funny, and it's hard to describe. Maybe you could describe it as things are more intense now, but I don't even know that's correct. They're just more emotional. And one example I can give that plays a big part in my life now was the way I felt love changed. When with my previous boyfriend, I was thinking, oh yeah, I do love him. I'm so happy with him. Yeah, he's great. I love spending time with him. I love him. He makes me happy. It makes me joyful. And I feel safe with him. And now, with my current girlfriend, I'm just thinking, I love her so much. She's so great. And I miss her so. And everything is so amazing. And I want to be with her all the time. And yeah, that's the most clear explanation I can give. And that's, yes, Silvana, that's a very clear and concise and easy to understand explanation. But, and then, of course, Sanne is a different person than Robin. But I know I love her so much, but I loved Robin too. And yeah, I don't know how much you can compare, but there's still a huge difference in the way I'm processing it now. And that's, yeah, basically kind of funny. And now there are two different things, and you can't really compare them, because I know I'm super serious with Sanne and I want to move in with her and spend my life with her and blah blah blah. But still, some things are so clearly different. And yes, it's not super scientific, and I always want to be super scientific, but I can't. Nyeh. 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 Yes, perfect. And then there's the crying thing. In the past, I always wondered why I couldn't cry. In the past, it was once every 2 years that I had a cry. And it became a thing to me. A bit silly, but still. I had the feeling of, I am a woman, why can't I cry? I'm supposed to be able to cry as a woman. And yes, that is very super sexist, and it's a way too simple way to put it. But yes, it's the fear I had, and fears are not rational. But I started wondering and thinking, when will I cry? What is that point that I will start crying? And I started wondering what hormones were going to do, because apparently you're going to cry way more with hormones. Well, it took a few months, but yeah, at this point I'm crying every once or twice a month-ish. Relationships and other serious thingamajiggies. And there I go and cry again. So yeah, hormones do seem to have a really big effect on your emotions. Everything is so much more emotional now, and most likely there's also a part of a placebo effect there. So, oh, I'm taking hormones, so I should experience more emotions, so I'm allowed to experience more emotions, and I'm gonna experience more emotions, blah blah blah. But I think that it's just me being overly accurate again, and I should ignore that. But yeah, I always try to be as accurate as possible and as scientific and derp as possible. But no, yeah, sometimes you just have to kinda almost maybe a bit believe your own experience. Maybe just a tiny bit. Just tiny. Okay, anyway, then there are also the physical changes. And yes, this is so great because having hormones plus laser hair removal, I don't have to shave every day anymore. And my neck is so much happier about it. In the past, my neck was completely burning red from shaving every single day. And in the past, I could not go outside without shaving and wearing makeup. It was just impossible. There was no way I was going to. Because in the past, if I didn't shave a day, I could see my own beard shadow. And that just completely stopped me from going outside. Which yeah, does kind of ruin your normal functioning as a normal human being in this normal human being society thingamajiggy. And now, after my most recent appointment, I went from shaving every 2 days to every 3 days. Yeah, now I can actually dare to go outside without having to put on makeup every time and having to shave every slapping day, or just being too scared to go outside, because yeah, I just did not do that at all. And now I can basically kinda even slightly more function as a normal human being, which is great. I'm normal, I'm a human, I can function. And besides that, people are saying my face is changing. They're saying it's growing softer or rounder or something like that, and people will have a very hard time to describe it, so I would not even really know. But people say my face is becoming more feminine, so I approve, I'm happy, I take a compliment, even though I really can't see it myself or know what the thing is that is changing my face. Apparently my eyes are looking more feminine-ish and softer, and okay, if you say so. And then there's the other big, sort of in normal human society taboo topic, breasts. Because I'm growing my own now, and I always wore prosthesis when I started my transition, and now I'm growing my own. So I already took the step of taking it and wearing a smaller size, and that step was already super scary. And now I'm wondering when I'm gonna stop wearing them all together, or if I'm gonna wear smaller ones. And apparently people didn't even notice when I was wearing a smaller size. Or more likely people didn't want to comment on it. Hey, your boobs are suddenly smaller. Ooh, I see that. I don't think people actually want to know. People wouldn't say that. But still the big question, when will I stop wearing these all together? And yeah, for me this is such a scary step, because when I look at them now, they're like, ooh, they're almost boobly-ish, boobly. I could almost stop, but then I think, oh no, they're still quite small. And it's also, I want to overcompensate because I'm a trans woman. I want to show, ooh, look at all my biggie boobies. So I'm so super feminine, look at them. So it's also kinda searching for more than the average cis woman would have. But this is just a thing I have to seek out what I need and what I feel good with, and how I still feel comfortable. And it's still scary. But I'll get there. And then maybe my skin is softer. Some changes are so hard to see when you see yourself every day, or you feel yourself every day. Maybe it is. It's something that can happen. So, yes, all the. But yeah, emotions. So weird, and I wonder how I have not driven Summer crazy yet with all this. Oh, I love you so much, and and speaking about driving crazy, driving people crazy, driving myself crazy, I had my depression start at basically the beginning of taking my hormones, and things did go wrong, and I did have injuries which stopped me from exercising for a bit, and a lot of things did happen, and probably having suddenly a fluff ton of more of emotions probably did not help much. But I am crawling out of this bit, and I'm almost out of it, I think. And I just feel like I'm right over here, like a little bit of the edge. But now it's just stabilize. Dang it. Feel good again. Feel good. You can do it, Silvana. I believe in you. But yeah, suddenly having so much more emotional response to things probably does not make feeling bad easier. Everything suddenly becomes so much bigger. So it's so much, yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. Things becoming bigger, but no, I'll get on top of it. I know I will, and I am getting on top of it, and I'm starting my things again slowly, and still seeing my body change like this. It's so awesome and so cool to feel, like, to notice, and ooh. And sometimes it is weird when I can wear something a little more exposing, and then I see there's actually a boobie here. It's my own instead of a placebo filler thingamajiggy. Like, ooh, that's actually my boobie, and that's just fluffing amazing.